Daniel Sheehan for Ringwalk TV here with Sonny Edwards in Newcastle at the media workout for Josh Kelly Fight Week. Sonny, how you doing?
I'm doing good, thank you. How are you doing?
I'm doing very fantastically, thank you. We spoke briefly off camera. You're here with Leo Atang and Brad Casey. What's the preparation been like for this one ahead of these fights?
Yeah, good. You know, keeping the ball rolling, really. They both boxed on the same day in different countries on the 21st of December. Both picked up wins. Me and Dave Allen was in Brad Casey's corner. Ash was over in Ghana with the boys' main manager, Anto, and Ash, head trainer. And yeah, they both had this lined up, so they knew to sort of stay on it over Christmas. And yeah, looking forward to a good performance from both of them, to be honest. Both of them have got slightly harder opposition than what they've been in previously. So hoping, especially for Leo, I want a couple of rounds. Really, like, obviously we love the knockout. It looks good, 100% knockout ratio, all of that. But if we could get him some rounds this week, I'd be made up with that, because we've matched him in a way where his opponent doesn't get stopped often, you know, and has been rounds farther than what this fight is going to be against some good top-level fighters. So, but yeah, it's still every bit of belief that once Leo goes through the gears, that fight's going to be done, because right now with them small gloves on, we're yet to see anyone that can remotely compete with the amount of threat and power that he brings. And he's a very game kid. He can take a shot as well. He's a very exciting prospect. And Brad's looking good and improving. Both of them have still got a bit of a way to go before they're the finished article, open season, ready for anyone. But both on a very, very good trajectory. Both very active, doing well with tickets, good support from York. And yeah, a pleasure to be a part of both fighters' careers.
And you mentioned there about Leo. What would that experience in Ghana been like for him? What would it have done for him in terms of being there on that stage?
Well, he didn't ask me to come, so I don't care really. Now, in all seriousness, great for him. First away day, traveling to a fight, different away crowd, etc. But he took everything with a stride in his step, and he really enjoyed it. You could see when he got greeted at arriving, he was dancing, they was putting all the flowers and playing the drums, and he enjoyed it. He I know for a fact it weren't his best fight week because I weren't there. But I think...
Are you bitter all about that, Sonny?
No, not at all. I'm not bitter how I was originally meant to be going Ghana, and then I wasn't. I'm not bitter about it at all.
You mentioned there, obviously, about Leo's last fight and his new fight. You want him to get in some rounds in this time. You mentioned nobody can sort of hang with him. Is it a case of holding back at times, getting a few rounds under your belts, trying a few things out? Or, you know, is that what it needs for him now? Or?
No, so he's very young, and it's going to take some development to be where we think he can get to. But like I said, we have a lot of belief in him. Now, we are going to slowly keep turning the screw with the opponent, but at the rate that we are comfortable with. Now, Leo will fight anyone. Leo, between you and me, is saying that, I want a harder opponent. Leo, relax. Relax. There's reason. Trust the process. Don't be one of these fighters that jump, skip a few steps, and then end up in a slightly harder fight at a slightly earlier time than you was expecting, and now all of a sudden you're dusting down from your first loss. How many times that happened to fighters over and over and over and over again? Now, we're going to keep matching him, so he's going to keep learning. We're going to keep matching him, so he's going to keep developing. We're going to be matching him, so he is getting the rounds and getting the experience. His second fight was supposed to go some rounds. Matty Harris took him 4 rounds. Someone else took him 4 rounds. Leo did him in 90 seconds. The second fight was meant to be a longer fight. The third fight was a 3-0 kid. Hadn't been beaten before. Okay, we're not expecting a world beater, but he hadn't been beaten before. So we're still, right now it doesn't matter who we're putting in front of him, the outcome is exactly the same. And, you know, if we can keep the outcome the same, but keep upping the level gradually, then he can get to a good level and that still be the same outcome. Now, when do you see someone come in and 90 seconds someone for a world title? You don't. But if you develop them the right way, Leo Atang will.
I suppose the benefit of getting the knockout early is sort of building the profile, then highlight reel knockouts, as well as the possibility of keeping them more active because they're not taking any damage. But like you say, you want to get them proper tests and.
But he needs to learn what the 4th round feels like.
Yeah.
He needs to then learn what the 6th, 7th, 8th round feels like. There's no point just knocking out 15 of your first ones, 1-0, first round, and done. And then your 16th fight is that a proper step up, a proper fight. And all of a sudden you're gassed after 4 rounds because you've never been in there before. Do you know what I mean? But because he's so young, we have that luxury. It's his 19th birthday today. So he's only just turned 19. So we've got another 12 months, then he's turning 20. If he's had, look, he's going to have probably by the end of this year, it'll be 8, 9-0. Maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less. And then the next year after that, we're going on to 21. Then we start looking at the 6s, the 8s, the 10s. We already have 6 by then. The 8s and the first 10s. Because that step is big. You don't want to put him in a hard step up for the first 10. You want him to learn the rounds first. And that's what we're going to do for Leo, the best we can.
Fantastic. And turning slight attention to this weekend's main event, Josh Kelly, Murtazaliev. What do you make of this matchup in prospects?
Josh is one of the most talented fighters I've ever seen. But talent don't get you all the way when it comes to world level boxing. It doesn't. And he's up against someone that is dangerous, can knock you out, can box, can stay out of the way, and someone that's avoided the division. Now, I think he's way up against it. And I think if he does go and do it, he's physically capable of doing it with his ability. I just don't know if he'll have the engine and ethic for this fight for 12 rounds. But this is top level world boxing, so that's not a slight on Josh. And I'm rooting for him. I hope he does do it. But if he does do it, I hope it gets celebrated as the upset that it is, because it genuinely, in my opinion, is one.
Yeah. How much do you think it'll play in Josh's favour of the activity he's had compared to Murtazaliev not fighting since 2024?
Yeah, definitely help, but it depends on who you are. And I don't know, I'm looking over your camera right now, and Murtazaliev looks like a serious competitor that probably hasn't taken much time out of the ring in all of that. He just goes about that way. Now, I don't actually know the ins and outs as to why he's been out of the ring for so long, but it's world title boxing, world championship boxing, and it's not an easy fight. A fight that the other champions at the division have not wanted. So props to Josh Kelly for taking it. And, you know, rooting for Josh, because if he wins, we want the rematch with Ish straight away. Sure. We believe that we deserve the first one, really.
100%.
Really.
And you look at the journey Josh Kelly's been on since that maybe Avanesian fight in 2021. How much can you see in Josh's progression from where he was at that point to where he is now?
I don't know, because like I said, even though we lost in the Ishmael Davies fight, and Josh is a friend of mine, I like Josh, but if we're just talking boxing for what it is, I think he nicked a few of the earlier middle rounds, but the last rounds, he did everything but fight. He held on, he rolled on the floor, he put his head down, he grabbed round his waist, he complained to the ref. Like, the last round, he should have had points taken off. And if he did, he didn't win the fight. That's how close it was. And I think it was... I actually had an argument with the ref that night. I thought it was disgusting that he didn't get a point taken off, because he did everything but fight for the last 6-9 minutes of that fight. And for me, you can't really do that. And Ish is a certain level on a certain amount of notice. Ish isn't world level yet. He's fighting someone world level. So
a huge matchup in prospects. Turning slight attention to the breaking news in the last 2 hours. Fury Makhmudov confirmed for April the 11th in England. What do you make of this fight?
Heavyweight boxing. Tyson Fury wants to come back. He's going to have to earn a lot of money to do it. And he can't get given no easy touch of opponent, really, at this stage. So I think it's a good fight, definitely. It'll be disappointing if the Tyson that comes back isn't the one we've known for the last however many years, because then it is a fight he can lose. And then it takes away us even further away from the fight that we really want, which is the AJ fight.
Now, you hear a lot of people saying, oh, Tyson, he's finished, he shouldn't come back. He's coming off 2 defeats to the arguably pound for pound number 1. Surely he's still got a lot in the tank.
Yeah,
right?
Usyk's beat everyone, so...
No shame in that.
No shame. None. And it's just a fight at the end of the day. People always forget, it's like, it's just one fight. What happens? You missed that shot, got caught with that shot. On another night, you landed that shot, and the fight was over. Do you know what I mean? It's just a fight. Now, we know how good Tyson is. We know how tough he is. He'll always be there. He'll always be a threat. He can always score. But we also know how phenomenally great Usyk is, and he's shown that, and he's proved it. As the far smaller man, he's dominated everyone. Everyone in world heavyweight boxing. And you feel like the only person right now that can beat Usyk is Father Time. Because by the time that the next possibly people who are possible to maybe challenge him get to that stage, maybe like a Moses Tama, in the future, Leo Atang, etc., and a few more, obviously. Usyk will probably be too old to be the Usyk that we are now, so we'll never see the fight at the right moment. He's cleared out the world heavyweight division. He is the man. So losing to him is no slight to anybody. Really, whoever loses to him the best is second best in the world at heavyweight boxing. Really, that's what that to me.
100%. He's cleared out the Brits. He's beat Bellew once. Chisora.
Bellew probably gave him the hardest fight.
Yeah, and obviously people argue
Bellew or Chisora. Yeah, Bellew or Chisora probably gave him the hardest fight.
Chisora really came at him that night, didn't he? He really went for him.
No, but I thought Bellew was having some actual genuine success and moving out the way of some shots and landing some shots. But
second half of the fight changed.
Second half of the fight. And that's what Usyk always does. He just warms you up, breaks you down a little bit while not doing too much. The moment he sees any sort of energy drop, he ups it. And he's still doing it within himself when he ups it. So he's got loads left.
Heavyweight boxing, of course. Finally one for you, Sonny. Obviously this weekend, what can we expect from Leo and Casey? Brad Casey.
Yeah, big performances. They've put in the work. They're good fighters. And plenty more of what we've seen so far. Neither of them have lost a round. Neither of them, they've pretty much got knockdowns, or Leo's knocked out everyone. Do you know what I mean? Brad's got knockdowns or stopped his opponent. So, yeah, just plenty of the same. Keep improving. There's a long way to go. We're only in 4 rounders yet. So we don't want to get carried away too early, but a lot of belief that these boys are going to go and they're going to go a long way for sure.
A lot to look forward to. Thank you, Sonny.
Appreciate it.